Hey y'all, I'm Kim and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my normal what's for dinner with a little bit of a twist. It's going to be part of a cookbook collab that is hosted by Tamra from the channel Southern Wife Everyday Life. I will have her link down below, her channel, and I will also have the playlist for this cookbook collab link down below. There are an awesome group of ladies that will be sharing recipes from different cookbooks. So y'all are in for a treat today. You will get a lot of inspiration and probably learn about some cookbooks that you may want to purchase. What I am going to be doing today, everything is coming from the Magnolia table. This is, by Joanna Gaines, and this one is actually the first volume. I have volume 2 also, but I'm sharing 3 recipes from this cookbook today, and I will also have this link down below. Like for Amazon, if you're interested in purchasing it. I actually got mine at Walmart. Also, there's going to be a little bonus footage at the end of the video. I was having a terrible headache and fell asleep, was taking a nap, and my son offered to make up supper. So my oldest son, Bryce, actually made supper for the kids, for his brother and sister and his little cousin. And so I included that at the end of the video also. So I hope y'all will enjoy today's video. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, y'all, I have a bowl here and we're going to start out putting 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I hope this will fit into this bowl. We also need 1 heaping teaspoon of baking soda. So there's that. And then we also need, it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of salt, but my butter is not unsalted, so I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just because I don't want it to be too salty. Then we're going to whisk this together. Then we're going to set this to the side. And now we have the big mixer out. So what we're going to do on it is we're going to put in 2 cups of brown sugar. And we're going to also take our butter, which is 8 tablespoons or 1 stick of unsalted butter that has been softened. I put mine in the microwave for a little bit because I forgot to set it out. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. So we're going to beat the butter and the sugar on medium-high speed until light and fluffy for about 2 to 3 minutes. So okay, now we're going to add in 2 eggs. What I like to do is I take a little glass bowl like this, and I like to break my egg into it just in case I get a shell in there or something, or if I get a bad egg, and I'll drop them in one at a time. Here's the other egg. And then we also need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I use Mexican vanilla, it's so good. There's 1, and here is 1/2, or this is 1/4, sorry, so I'll do this twice. Just a little bit, yeah. So now we are going to start adding in the flour mixture, and so we're going to put it, I like to add a little bit at a time. I don't want to add all of it, so we're just going to do it on medium. Do a little bit at a time. Hold on, wait. Okay, add a little bit. Let it all go in there. Adrian wanted to come help. He was swimming.
Nobody wants to swim with
me. Now, we're going to add in our chocolate chips. And I actually bought the Girardelli, the semi-sweet chocolate chips. And it calls for 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, or you could do more if you really wanted, but we're gonna do, there's one. Let's see how much we have. There. And then we're gonna kind of mix this together for just a few seconds just to get it all mixed in. I have my cookie sheet lined with some parchment paper, and we're just gonna take like large spoonfuls. I'm gonna use my little, I finally got me a little cookie dough thing. We're gonna try to make them pretty close to the same size. And if y'all been watching me, you know I got a new stove, so I have a convection oven. So I'm gonna try it out. The cookies are supposed to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes at 350, but I put mine on 325 because I looked and was reading a little, and it said to, when it's a convection oven, to just do it about 25 degrees less than what it calls for. And I'll check on them and see, because this will be my first time to bake. Alright, so now y'all, I'm going to stick these in the oven, and like I said, I'm just going to keep a check on them. We're going to put this on the middle rack, and I'm going to set it for like 8 minutes and check them. Okay, y'all, I ended up turning my oven back to 350 because I'm learning to use this convection one. I think these are done, so I'm fixing to let them, they're very hot.
Ooh, I want one too. Make it a pepper.
The kids want to try one. Here you go. They're very hot, so just get it up here. Oh, just carefully. Okay, now, oh, it's gonna be hot.
I don't care. Put the camera up so I can see myself.
They want to see their stuff.
They smell good.
How does it taste? Tell me.
That's really good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get the second batch.
Really hot, but really good. I like how they're like crispy on the inside, so melty.
Okay. Okay, y'all. We're gonna start out chopping up some onions. These are gonna be for our Mexican rice and for our enchiladas. So I'm gonna go ahead and dice these up with my little cutter. And I love this thing, y'all. Had this for a while. So I had about 1.5 onions, and we'll see how much I get from this. I may end up cutting up another one because the recipes call for like 1 onion each, so. Okay, I have got a large skillet here. I'm putting probably, I don't know, about a tablespoon of vegetable oil. We're gonna heat this up over about medium heat. Okay, now that our oil is heated up, we're gonna put in our onion, which I'm gonna put probably about half of this.
Yeah, only half.
Well, because the other I want to use for the other. So anyways.
Yeah, the other she wants to use for the other.
For the, that rice.
What are we eating?
No. We're gonna make.
You're making rice. Make sure it's the good kind.
I'm making Mexican rice.
You're making
homemade
beans too?
I'm gonna have beans, and we're gonna have enchiladas. So I'm gonna let these cook.
Let me see.
We're gonna let these cook. Adrian's over there playing with the cookies. But we're gonna let these cook for about 5 minutes or so until they soften, and then we're gonna add in a pound of hamburger meat. Okay, now I'm gonna add in a pound of ground beef. And then we're gonna continue to cook this meat, and then we will come back to the next step. Okay, now that our meat is done, pretty much, we're going to add in a tablespoon of chili powder. Okay. I had a clump of it fall in there, so there's a tablespoon of that. A teaspoon of ground cumin. This calls for salt and pepper, and I actually got, this was sent to me. I got this sent to me by a good friend of mine, Monique. It's garlic salt, and I want to use some of that in place of my regular salt. So we're just going to kind of sprinkle that in there. And then we also want to add in some pepper. It says 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. There. Okay, y'all, I did not tell y'all what I was doing. I added in 1 cup of green chilies. I actually had some of this, the flame roasted, sorry, let me try to get it to focus for y'all. This is the flame roasted Hatch Valley green chilies. So I'm gonna remove this right now from the heat, and we're going to heat up some tortillas. So I am gonna move y'all right over here. I'm just going to put a couple tablespoons of oil in this pan right here. That should be good. And we're going to turn this on about medium or medium high. I also have my oven preheated to 350. So let's see. There we go. So we're going to do this. Some of these may still have some ice on them. I'm thinking they're a little cold. Oh yeah, they still have a little ice because they were frozen. So they're popping me. So oil in my pans. Anyways, I'm going to continue to warm these up, and then we will come back and start assembling everything. Y'all, I hate it when I think I'm recording. Okay, have a 9x13 inch pan. And I have some red enchilada sauce. I put about 1/4 of it in the bottom of the pan. And then I put about 1/2 cup of it here in this bowl. And we're going to start an assembly line. So I have the meat over here. Let me get a spoon. So what we're gonna do is I've got these tortillas over here that we just heated up, all done. So we're gonna take a tortilla, and we're going to drop it into, let me make sure I'm doing this right. We're going to place it in the sauce to coat it. And then we're going to spread some of the meat down the center. I'm just going to stick it in there because I really don't know where to go with it. Okay. Let's get this meat over here. Some of that meat down the center. Sprinkle some cheese. I just have some regular cheddar cheese. Sprinkle some cheddar cheese on there. And then we're going to roll it up and place the seam side down like so. And we're going to do that for all of these. And this recipe was for, actually they only did 8 like tortillas. She must have had like bigger tortillas than me, because mine are not 8. There's no way. They would be overflowing with meat. So we're gonna see. I have 12, and I hope that'll be enough, and I hope I can get all this done good. So. Now I have all of those assembled, but I still have some meat over here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to just sprinkle that. I'm almost thinking about sprinkling this meat on top, because it'll just give it a little extra something. So I know that normally enchiladas don't have it this way, but we're gonna do it that way because Obviously I didn't put enough meat into my tortillas, but that's okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour some more of this sauce on top. Okay, and then we're gonna sprinkle cheese. I'm gonna use what I have left in this bowl, and then I have a big bag of cheese, so we want a lot of cheese. So let me get my bag of cheese. And now we're gonna place this in our preheated oven. We have it preheated already to 350. And we're gonna let this cook for about 30 minutes until it's browned on top and gently bubbling around the edges. Okay, y'all. Now we're gonna do our Mexican rice, and I'm gonna measure out about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And I'm gonna heat this up over medium heat. Okay, and now I have, let me find something to serve. I have 1.5 cups of long grain. Well, I'm using jasmine rice because I didn't have the just plain long grain white rice. But I have 1.5 cups of that I rinsed off. So put that in there. And we're gonna let this just kind of slowly heat up and brown. According to the cookbook, it says it'll take about 10 minutes, so we shall see. So I'm gonna just kind of let it do its thing, and I will keep a check on it. Okay, y'all, as you can see, it is starting to brown quite a bit. I thought I was recording. I wasn't. Once again, I'm horrible about that. But we're gonna just kind of let this I'm just gonna kind of keep stirring it and let this kind of toast up. And this recipe from Joanna Gaines' cookbook is very similar to the Mexican rice that I used to make. I used to make Mexican rice more often, like homemade Mexican rice. And I guess I got lazy and just started using the packaged kind. And so, like, Courtney doesn't really care for rice, and so sometimes I just don't want to make it because not everybody will eat it. But today I felt like making it and trying out her recipe. And I'm using my new stainless steel pan from the company Sweet. I thought it was Sweet. And so anyways, C-I-W-E-T-E, I believe. Anyways, it's Sweet. I'll try to remember to link that down below because they're pretty reasonably priced for stainless steel cookware, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna let that continue, just keep on toasting a little bit longer. Okay, started getting a little darker than what I planned. We're gonna add in a teaspoon of cumin. This is cumin. I say cumin. Cumin. I need a teaspoon of that, which I just added in. We'll kind of stir that in. And I ended up adding just a little bit more vegetable oil because I was worried that it was getting too dry down in there, because I still have to add in garlic and onion next. So just stir that in real good. Also, we're going to add in, I have 1 onion that I diced. Now I'm going to add in a teaspoon of garlic. And see, I still think that this has gotten too dry, y'all. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this oil in. I may be doing something wrong. Y'all can let me know, but I just feel like it's getting too dry. So I'm going to let this kind of cook for just a little bit to let these onions get a little softened. While that is over there finishing or getting the onions done, I have an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I'm pouring it into this measuring cup. It's a 4-cup measuring cup. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add, I'm going to put enough water in here to go up to about 3 1/4. And then what I'm gonna do, because I don't have actual chicken broth, is I'm gonna measure out some. I'm gonna measure, I need about 3 teaspoons. All I have right now clean is ½ teaspoon, so we're gonna put 6 of these. Now I'm gonna bring you over here, and we're going to zoom out. Sorry. Now we're gonna go ahead and pour this in. And we need to add in some salt. I need about a teaspoon of salt. And a ½ teaspoon of pepper. And I'm gonna mix that up good. I'm gonna reduce the heat down so that it can just simmer. And we're gonna cover this up and we're gonna let it cook for about 20 minutes. If you have any cilantro, that would be good to garnish this with, but after it's done, but I do not have any, so we won't have any, but anyways. I'll cover this up and we'll just kind of keep a check on it. And there you go. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, got the enchiladas all done, y'all. And we got the rice all done, and I'm heating up some refried beans. Okay, Bryce, how do you like tonight's food?
I haven't ate it. I mean, I'm joking. I have. It's enchiladas.
They're like a little bit spicy to me. I don't know if it's just me or
it's
what.
It's hot though too, so it's both.
But the rice.
The rice is pretty darn good.
I was pretty proud of that rice. It tastes pretty good. And this all came from Joanna Gaines' Magnolia Table Cookbook. I can't remember which volume it is. I don't know.
Joanna Gaines has the same birthday as Pam's dad.
Oh, I didn't know that. My niece is here. I'm gonna come to you. All right. I will come to you.
So yeah, the enchiladas are kind of spicy, and the rice sucks.
She doesn't
I
like,
don't like rice.
So that's why.
It's not. If y'all like rice, then y'all will like it. But I don't like rice. Refried beans are good, and the enchiladas are good. So I just don't like rice because I don't like rice in general. So
Oh, okay.
that's my
All right. Peyton.
I like the spice on the enchiladas, and I keep stealing Courtney's beans, but I don't like beans.
You don't like beans, but you're stealing her beans, so they must be good. They're just from a can. You could go get you some.
And I like the rice. It's good.
Thank you. Now we come to you.
This is like the greatest, and it's Mexican food, so
We love Mexican food.
I don't remember what like delicious is in Mexican, but if you're Mexican,
Delicioso? Delicioso?
oh yeah, delicioso. I was fixing to say if you're Mexican,
Delicioso?
comment it
Oh.
down in the comments below and tell me
How to say it?
delicioso. Right, from Dora. Yeah.
Ah, Dora taught us things, right?
Yeah, I watched it at school. So
You
my
watched
friends,
it,
I know that
you watched it when you were a kid.
Yeah, and you like,
all
go
day.
Diego, go.
I was like 3 years old.
I know. Well, I was a lot older than that, but I watched it with y'all.
She's amazing.
Yeah. I don't watch that kind of shows
wanna
because
watch
I know
the
my
new
friends
Dora.
watch your YouTube.
You don't watch those anymore. He does
Yeah,
not
they
watch
just-
those anymore.
They make fun of me.
Dora sucks. Like, why can't she figure out her own questions? She asks us.
She's
And then
blind.
She's
like,
trying to get you to help.
Over there? Over there?
Oh,
blind
underwear.
Stop.
She's a blind bat.
She is.
Okay. Anyways, I think the food was very good, or as my son and them said the other day, it's bussin'.
It's bussin'.
It's bussin', bussin'. Oh, so you have to say bussin', bussin', not just bussin'. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for watching.
Bussin'.
Hello. So, I'm making something today. Yeah, I'm making some egg sandwiches. I already made a few. Made 3 so far. I'm about to make 2 more. These ones aren't. The other 2 are. 2 of them were bigger. 1 of them was smaller. I'm gonna make some bigger. So like, not bigger. They're gonna be about medium actually. Medium, yeah. Yo, mom's got this. Okay, so I have some eggs. Here, I'll show y'all. Got some eggs, some bread, this one, some mayonnaise, some salt and pepper, and some cheese. I'm gonna use 3 eggs, so each sandwich should be about 2.5 eggs this time. I kind of have a mess. I'll pick it up later. Alright, so let's get cooking. We're in. Now, how does this thing work? You can't even see the pan. There's a twist, maybe? Ooh. Okay, guys, I figured it out. Oh, yeah. We're gonna need some butter, too. Butter dog. I didn't use much butter before. I used a little bit. There's probably a bit on there still. That's okay. Just dollop that in the middle here. Just enough, you know. Make it nice. Now this one, since I'm gonna make them each about 1.5 eggs, I'm just gonna put 3 eggs in because I'm making 2 more. Because 2 eggs is a bit much. 1 egg is not enough. Gotta turn it down. This thing must still be more. Oops, that's gross. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I probably could use a bunch of other more fancy and better stuff right now, but I'm using a fork. I don't even remember where I learned how to make this. I kind of just do. So yeah, it's basically like a scrambled egg sandwich, but it's like mayonnaise on it, so it's a bit more than scrambled eggs. No idea what video Mom's gonna put this in, if she does, but let's turn this up again. And then I got this salt. I just put some in there so that it can cook in with the eggs. And the same thing with our pepper. Not as much though. Now I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in there while it's still cooking. Thought I was burning the bag, but I wasn't. I'll put a little bit more cheese in there probably right after the cooking part is done. Now, I'm just going to let this cook just a little bit more. We'll put another battery in. Okay, we're back now. This is just, all I did was get it from being kind of gloopy to now it's like this. Maybe should I turn on this light? That probably would have helped a lot during the entire thing. But now it's basically like this. I'll put just a tiny bit more cheese on it. Yes. Just give it more mix. Okay. Now I'm just gonna let it sit just for a second while I grab something. Okay. Now this I'm gonna set over to the side for just a second. Burner off. Let the pan do the rest of its thing. Okay. And now we're going to we got this right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put some piece of toast or bread in the toaster real quick. Just go ahead. I have my the toaster on like 2 or whatever, so it just gets a little bit like crunchy, just enough for it to stay stiff. instead of falling over. Then, so no, not my tea. This is my tea. What am I trying to say? So, I'm gonna put this back on the stand and I'll move the stand maybe. I'm not so sure about this camera thing. Got me making me some egg sandwiches. Okay. I got a bowl here. Let me get my eggs. These are my cheesy scrambled eggs. Right here, you could stop right here and just do it like this and put it on your toast, like just like this. But I'm gonna go a little bit further because to me it's a bit better. You just put it in there. Put it in another bowl. I mean, like, you probably could do it in this pan, but that's just a little bit more to clean. Why would I do that? It's not much of a big difference. And it's a little bit easier to mix it, of course. Alright. Oh, hot, hot. Yeah. Now, grab the mayonnaise and just your spoon. Just put a couple spoonfuls in there. And then I'll just mix it up. Then I guess you just, nope. You just take a piece, taste it. Now this needs a little bit of salt. Just a bit of salt in it. Yeah, that's good. All right. So now, I'm gonna have to clean that up in a minute. So now, just take maybe about half of it or so. Well, this is for 2 sandwiches, I'm making it. Just take about half. So I'm making one for me and one for Adrian like this. And I made one for Courtney and our cousin Peyton already. They didn't have any mayonnaise in there, so they just had cheese and egg and salt, I guess you would say. So now, I'll get Adrian in here real quick. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this in mine. Do the same thing. Mine's got a little bit more than Adrian's. In a minute, I'll get Adrian's reaction to it, I guess. Why are you just moving? Why are you moving it? He's just staring at the camera and moving it around.
Yeah, this is definitely better than mine. But
Yeah.
you did add all that.
I actually pay attention to the way I cook. Alright, done with this now. Go in. Just put this on. And you're done. Now look at this. Might not look good to you, but to us, oh, it's like delicioso. I'm gonna go get some people in here for like reactions in a sec. Deuces. Adrian, I've got you. You just barely got yours made. Still warm. Well, how do you like it?
It's really good. And if like there was like the eggs are good, but like if you added like bacon or something or
Oh
sausage,
yeah, that'd be good.
that'd be like really good. But we didn't. We have bacon and sausage, but the sausage.
I just didn't feel like making
Yeah.
sausage or bacon.
Sausage, I can never make a good sausage when
Yeah.
I make it. Like sometimes in the morning I'll make eggs, but
Yeah.
never this good.
This is my second sandwich, that's why I haven't started yet.
So yeah, it's good.
So Peyton and Courtney, y'all didn't have the one like ours. Y'all had it before I put mayonnaise in.
It
So
was so good.
yeah.
It was delicious.
Do y'all liked it?
Yes.
All right. So do you think I could have done anything to change it?
No. No.
No. It was just perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's just perfect, they say. Hey, so yeah. So now, thank y'all for watching. No idea when y'all will see this. So, if y'all like it, press the like button. Subscribe to Mom. She works really hard. She's taking a nap. She's been editing all morning and stuff. So, deuces.
Yeah.